would start their day by getting ready for work, eating breakfast, and finding out when the bus is coming to their stop. Nobody would think to check their ticket to make sure they don't get slapped with a $175 fine. For Portland Transit Lane, I'm Lane Jensen with a special report. Since September 1st, TriMet changed its fare to eliminate zones within its system. Since then, drivers have had trouble figuring out which way is correct to cut the transfers on the bus. Here are the current fares. An adult 2-hour ticket will cost $2.50, while an all-day pass is $5. For honored citizens, the 2-hour ticket is $1 and $2 for the day. Youth pay $1.65 for a 2-hour ticket and $3.30 for the day. The fare training bulletin you are looking at now explains how to make the correct ticket. A 2-hour ticket has to have 3 punches, 2 for the day and 1 for the category. A day ticket requires an extra punch in the day category to indicate the rider paid for the day. Tearing the transfers is also fairly simple. The 2-hour tickets are cut the same. The day tickets must be cut at 2:30 a.m. As the bulletin says, quote, "Tearing off at staple is indication to code enforcement personnel that transfer may be stolen," end quote. Drivers are having problems with the day tickets and cutting them correctly. I interviewed Al Margulies today, a retired TriMet bus driver. After driving for 15 years, he now has his own transit blog.
Just ignorance. They don't know they're supposed to be cut at 2:30. It should be simpler from a driver's point of view. You're not dealing with zones. I think a lot of drivers think it's too expensive for riding. It would be great if they could keep their ticket machines working, which they can't seem to do. It would be great if they would eliminate their 2:30 rip-off. Just forget it. If it's punch day, adult day, just leave it. Forget about the 2:30. It seems like a technicality, really. If they're not going to do it correctly, and they're going to bust people for that. They can't. If it's not being done right, you can't enforce it. So how do you enforce something when it's not being given to people correctly? It's always been an issue. They don't practice what they preach.
I also interviewed a current TriMet driver. He only wanted to be identified as Bart.
No zones. Day, you just go to 2:30. You make sure there's 4 punches in there, and it's easy. There's more time. You're giving them at least 2 hours. So it's just an easier system all the way around. So it's been easy for me.
I spoke with Mary Fetch today and asked her if she knew anything about this issue. This is what she said.
No. In a word, I don't have any information on that. I haven't been tracking that.
Okay.
So I leave that to other folks who have been, so that's why I would need to check with other folks, but happy to do that.
More fare enforcement and transit police officers will be writing tickets if this issue does not get resolved, leading to a more crowded courtroom on Tuesdays, now known as TriMet Tuesdays. A simple action can solve all of these issues.
If they eliminate their 2:30 rip-off, just forget it. If it's punch day, adult day, just leave it. Forget about the 2:30.
Lane Jensen, Portland Transit Lane.